Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's my absolute pleasure to introduce Alex from Gerdau Graphene, and he's going to give us an overview of the graphene market in Brazil. Please do leave your questions in the sidebar, and we will be taking questions after the presentation. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure being here. Thinking the idea today is to share a bit with you of how we look at the graphene market, how Gerdau has been looking to the graphene market in Brazil, a little bit of a few figures we find for the Brazilian market, and how we hope to help drive this market for stronger drive-in business and graphene applications. For you who don't know about Gerdau is a company based in Brazil with operations outside over the full Americas region. We've been in the market for 120 years. We're the leading steel company here in Brazil, and one of the leading steel companies for special steels for automotives. And we've been working with graphene for the past 4 years, initially as a project within our automotive steel division, as a different material we could explore together with clients. But since last year, it's become a strategic material for us, strategic area for us, and we have a business division dedicated for the development and the sales of graphene to the market overall. So a little bit about Brazil, right? What's in it for Brazil with graphene? For those of you who have been working closely with graphene here in the country, it's become quite of a buzz these last 2 years. But graphene has been a hot topic for us. I think it's since the 2014, 2013. There's a lot of development going on here since it's become more of a mature material. When you look at the technology base here, we have also a very strong and developing technology base. We have several public and private research facilities developing graphene application, graphene production technologies for the past years. I named the top 4 here, but we have several other initiatives happening. So there's a lot of technology happening, a lot of also researchers working on the product for the past years, differently than other regions, right? Also, why is it important for the country? Today, it is a very strategic material for Brazil. Brazil holds today half of the graphite resources of the world, a very high quality graphite, right? So on a more high level strategic view, it is important for the country to really develop high-end applications for this material. And so it's really been a hard push on how to really quickly bring graphene to the market, right? When we talk about the future, I think one of the challenges we'll face as industry is how do we make graphene more and more sustainable. It is a very interesting material for the offering it has of really bringing more performance with less materials in where you apply it. But for sure, we'll have a more and more struggling approach of having a more sustainable source for graphene. And if you look at the country today, Brazil is one of the leading countries in development of technologies for biomass and biomaterials, right? So there's some work already being seen here in Brazil of how to extract graphene from forests or from other kind of biomass. Also, Brazil is a leading company in recycling. We have very strong processes and operations for recycling overall. So we also believe that it might be also another source of the graphene in the future, of how we can also develop technology locally of extracting graphene from recycled products, right? We see that not only the sourcing base of today, but sourcing base tomorrow, Brazil should play a very critical role for the material in the world, right? When you talk about how big is this market here, so the past 4 months, we've been doing a very thorough research on the size of the market, what is readily available for graphene application in Brazil. Basically, we're looking at 4 key markets. So the concrete applications, basically concrete additives, lubricant platforms, both in the industrial sector as well as the automotive sectors, development of polymers, rubber and thermoplastic materials with graphene, and also the application of graphene in anti-corrosion, anti-thermal paints. The reason we looked at these are platforms that we believe have higher TRL rates. We have products that are readily available to bring to the market. And also these are areas where we have a synergy with our core steel market, right? So areas we think we can help to push and drive the market, and all areas where we have a working knowledge also of the application. When you look at these areas, we see already a potential of 10,000 annual tons of consumption of graphene locally in Brazil. So roughly 15% of the consumption we see for these same platforms in the Americas regions. So it's a quite interesting market, a quite big market for graphene if you look at the short-term potential we have of a country. The question that really